right. Niger rejected humanitarian aid from the European Union, and there is a way they made it look like. And I'm like, you think you are smart. You know, when you keep playing that you are smart, you are teaching the one you are taking advantage of how to be smart as well. So there's a way Niger made the whole thing look like, and it's like Europe had a taste of their own medicine because they think they are the only ones that can manipulate. They think that they are the only ones that can turn situations around and make it look like this is how it is. They don't know that other people can also do the same thing to them. So that's what I want us to delve into a little bit today. Trust you and yours are well, and you are loving yourself and others like always, your majesties. Now, recently there was a flood issue that happened in Niger, and not just Niger. There are some countries in the western part of the continent that had some issues of flooding, and Niger was part of them, and Europe was thinking that they can take advantage of the situation right now so that they can, okay, we're coming to help. This is humanitarian aid. Like I tell you, this is how they get hold of governments. This is how they get hold of leaders in the motherland. When situations happen and they want to feel like they're extending a helping hand, that helping hand they are extending, if you think because of a longer throat you accept that helping hand as a leader, you have entered their trap. This is how they begin. So they want to try their best to see whether this same military leaders are like the civilian leaders who, whenever they hear money, their body begins to vibrate. So they went in and sent aid to Niger to help with the situation. And the military leaders refused, they rejected this aid. They didn't just reject the aid, but they did it in a very subtle way, the way Europe and America always play games. They made Europe have a taste of their own medicine. So let's get into the news and see what the news is saying. It says that Brussels recalls envoy to Niger after junta accuses EU of mishandling aid. This is the heading of the news. Now, the military leaders of Niger accused the EU envoys that were sent with the aid of something. Now, they needed to make these allegations so that they can ask these people to leave. That's why I said, when Europe and America play game, they think that other people don't know how to play the game. Okay. So the news says the EU recalled its ambassador to Niger amidst a row with the African country over handling of 1.3 million euros in humanitarian aid. In a sign of deteriorating relations with Niger, Brussels reacted to accusations from the country's military junta that it handed financial aid to assist flood victims directly to NGOs, therefore bypassing the local authorities. So the accusation here is that you didn't come directly to we the leaders, you went through the NGOs. So, till today, Europe and America have not acknowledged the office of these military leaders. I still feel like they are not leaders yet. So that is the loophole. That is the weakness now that the military leaders are holding on to just help them push out these people and their aid. Take your aid, we don't want the aid. The European Union expresses its profound disagreement with the allegations. That is to say, they are saying that no, we have sent information to the main body that aid is on the way coming. And then justifications put forward by the transitional authorities. The Bloc Foreign Affairs arm, the European External Action Services, wrote a statement on Saturday. This is a game being played here, and I'm happy that the military leaders of Niger are aware of this game and they know how to play this game as well. So when you have two experts, there is always a clash. Okay, so it's a good news. It's something to be happy about. A lot of negative informations recently about the motherland, but to hear this one and to know that there is still a fraction of people who prioritize their home and their people to any cunning, snake-like behavior of these people. I'm happy that we still have people in the continent who could put up with these people, because this humanitarian aid, like I was saying initially, remember we were talking about how Africa is still suffering from neocolonialism. This is one of it. They tell you, we are sending you aid because we're trying to help you and your people. Who told Europe and America? Who told the EU, the European Union, that Africa cannot take care of herself?
Why is it that the richest continent on earth, the go-to place for the world, is painted as the poorest? And I am not going to mince my words. The truth of the matter is the world needs Africa. Africa does not need the world. We have everything we need on earth. We could paralyze the world economies. Take a simple thing. Like we decide DRC can no longer export its coltan. That alone can paralyze the world. So rather than us Africans concentrating on the issues that matter, concentrating on issues that we need to take home, like telling France that 500 billion you're taking out of Africa every year, no more. France needs to be the third world developing country, not Africa.
I don't know. You see, these people think that they are the creator of everybody, like they are God. So they want to lord it over you. You must accept aid. We send you aid. It is for you, so you must accept the aid. And they don't know that gone are those days where every African leader accepts everything that comes from the West. These Sahel leaders are saying, this your aid, you will take this your aid back. And they look for something. They look for something to buttress their points, to make their points carry water. Oh, Your Majesties, I felt like showing this to you because, like I said earlier, the situation in the motherland, we all know things are hard, and it's not just Africa, things are hard everywhere. There is no place that does not have its own downside. There is no country or continent that does not have its own downside. There are a lot of poor people in Europe and America. It's not just in Africa. Economic what have you, it's not just in Africa that is happening. But when we hear of situations like this, it also gives us hope that things will be fine and all will be well. Do not be scared of coming to Africa. Africa is not hot. Africa is together we can make Africa what we want Africa to be. Together we can make our cable land what we want our cable land to be. This is our heritage. This is our inheritance. We are not leaving it for anybody. No matter what the situation is, if they like or they should do anything they want to do, we are not leaving the motherland for anybody. It's our right, our birthright. So we are owning it because it's ours.
The abuse is not just for Africans on the continent. The abuse is for black people wherever you find us. I'm going to share with you some basic facts. You see, our story is a simple one. Our story is of truth and facts, which are two constants that do not change. And all we need to do is give the world an overdose of our truth and insist on it. As we speak today, I'm going to take you back centuries, long before the children of Africa were taken out of Africa as slaves. There was some serious resistance when the occupiers from the West came to Africa, contrary to what some might think. They didn't just give up their children, but the fighting began long before slavery. And the resistance was those who led them, the majority of them, their heads, as we speak today, are sitting in jars in Europe. Are you aware of that? Our leaders, our ancestors who fought the wars of resistance, their heads, their remains are sitting in jars throughout Europe. And the same people have the audacity to come to Africa and talk to us about human rights. But what's even more disturbing is that we entertain them and we don't remind them of these skeletons in their closet. As we speak today, the priceless artifacts that they stole from all over Africa are sitting in their museums throughout Europe. And when you and I, when we visit Europe, we pay to see what belongs to us. Evidence of theft, evidence of murder on display in plain sight. As we speak today, black people are listed as 3/5 of a human being in the US Constitution. As we speak today, the redlining continues. As we speak today, African countries are being made to pay ridiculous interest rates on loans that they should not be paying for. Correct. As we speak today, reparations are due. Everybody else has been given reparations, expect us. The question then becomes, what is wrong with this picture? Why aren't you and I standing up and demanding that what is right must be done? I can tell you why. Because no other race would stand for a minute what is being done to us. How long do you think a finger of a British soldier lasts in Zimbabwe? How long do you think a thumb of a German soldier lasts in Namibia? Not even a minute. They would storm in, kill hundreds if not thousands of people just to recover that one finger. Why is it that we are unable to come together and speak our truth and demand that what needs to be done must be done? It's because they defeated us where it matters the most, which is the mind. It started with the missionaries in Africa long before slavery. They were sent by the Roman Catholic Church to subdue the Africans, make them believe that when you get slapped, turn the other cheek, and that your riches are in heaven. So by the time they followed with the colonizers to reap and rape Africa, we were already brainwashed. We were meant to believe everything African was bad and undesirable, and everything European was better. And the same brainwashing continued as our children were taken out of Africa enslaved. It continued on the plantations, color gradations, light-skinned versus dark-skinned, field workers versus kitchen workers. To this day, we suffer from the legacy of slavery and the legacy of colonization. For how long are we going to continue to suffer from this affliction? For it is singularly the reason why we are not able to come together just like other races and nationalities have done in this melting pot that is the United States of America. When you ask for the voices of the Irish Americans loud and clear, Jewish Americans, loud and clear. German Americans, Italian Americans, Chinese Americans, Indian Americans, their voices are loud and clear. But when you ask for the voices of us black people, you might as well go to the graveyard, because we are missing in action.
Leave your thoughts and opinion there at the section, and I'm going to see you in my next one. Until then, love yourself, love others, stay safe, stay positive, always, Your Majesties. Bye for now.